Good evening, ballers. Welcome to the 72nd episode of the Stepback, Jason Capono edition.
Mm-hmm.
It's your host, Leon Tompkins, my main man, Jacob Moses, and tonight we have a Chicago native, spreadsheet king, celebrating the Sky's victory, but our fantasy expert here, Felipe and Jacob. How you doing, brother?
Oh, hey, how's it going? Thank you for the high remarks there. The fantasy expert, I don't know all about that, but I do appreciate it, though. I mean, like you said, though, it is fantasy basketball season. It's not just the NBA. I mean, it is, but there's also that other aspect of it with, especially in our group, because we're out here for bragging rights. We now have an established fantasy basketball league, which Leon is the reigning champ. Speaking of champs, the Chicago Sky goes back to Leon Tompkins being the defending champ of this basketball league. So looking forward to dethrone you. Watch the throne. Watch the throne.
Also reigning, defending.
Undisputed era.
Yeah, I mean, that is me, but it took a lot. You had Luka last year. Really hard to fend off. You got a strong team, and just hoping to get back on the grind there and go back to back.
We're going back to back.
I don't think so. I hope not. At least I hope not. You can't have that. Can't have that happen again. No. This is not gonna. It's not gonna be the same as in the baseball league where Aaron won back-to-back championships. Nah, we can't have that here.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
No, you got someone on your hands here, buddy.
No, we're coming for your head. I'm sorry, brother. We're coming for your head this year, man. I got to take that.
No, but speaking of crowns, man, you're from Chicago. The Sky came off with the championship yesterday. Candace Parker, Vandersloot, Quigley. I hear the city is having a parade tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Oh man, I wish I was there.
Yeah, man. How you feeling about that, man? The Sky bringing home the chip.
Man, I have honestly, I haven't felt this way about a team, about one of these local teams in a very long time. I'm usually very reserved, because it's hard to put, but this one I felt it in my heart. I felt it in my soul, especially after seeing Courtney Vandersloot and Allie Quigley on this team for such a long time. They were like the dynamic duo on this team, but they couldn't do anything. They just they were always together, but they just didn't have enough to get over the hump. And but I mean, I looked at this roster. I know they were struggling, but you're looking at it like, how is it that they're this bad, or how is it that they're not dominating? And then what it took for the playoffs to start for Candace Parker to be unleashed, to get that reins off of her to just go full out. I mean, people talk about Diana Taurasi being the GOAT. Where's the Candace Parker GOAT arguments? Why don't we have that? Because once those minute restrictions seemed to be fended off of her, she went all out. And there was a time against the Connecticut Sun where she looked overmatched on defense. That's okay. Bring in Stephanie Dolson. That's a big body. And she's not the most athletic person, but she just takes up so much interior paint. And that, unfortunately, was to the detriment of the Connecticut Sun, which depended so much on inside scoring. And then you get to the other one. How are they going to do against Brittany Griner, who might be the best big woman in the league's history? And I mean, they let her have hers, but when it was all said and done, I mean, they were able to neutralize her. Diana Taurasi, I know that she was tired, exhausted, injured, whatever the case might be, but you still have the other girl. I always butcher her name, Skylar Diggins. Smith. I think she has like a hyphenated name at this point. Okay. I mean, they were able to stop her as well. And, Vandersloot was just dishing to all open teammates. We saw a breakout performance from Kalia Copper, who now should be a household name. I mean, it's great, bro. I honestly felt emotional seeing this team go from just an average 500 team to just knocking out all these supposed better teams and getting that championship, which, it was a long time coming. I mean, we were there from Elena Delle Donne, and she had to go back home for whatever reason to, I believe it was to take care of her sister back home on the East Coast. So she took a position with the Washington Mystics. And the team hasn't been the same, but like I said, the two mainstays were CVS and Allie Quigley. And it looked like it was not going to ever happen. Like you might just see these two just get separated or just go to other teams where they might flourish as, third, fourth, fifth bananas, maybe even reserve spots. And to see them finally win, it was amazing. It was pretty freaking awesome to all those years of struggles finally coming through and getting that title. And then Candace Parker coming back home and winning that chip. It was just a great story, great team. Just I'm rambling on, but I mean, I like I said, this is the first time where I could just, you know what it is, guys, is that, when it comes to the other sports like baseball, basketball, and even hockey, as men, we're just, we got to not just this pressure to not just blindly root for teams, but you also got to analyze and be rational about it. But with the women, I'll admit it, I'm not the hardest of WNBA fans, but I really want to see this league succeed. I love getting the updates from you guys. I try to match you guys one for one on those posts. Hey, in today's WNBA news, this is what's happening. But you guys take it to that other level. Honestly, if there was a WNBA fantasy that we can all do, I would be all for that.
I would do that.
I would love to do that and just get me into the game even more. So I guess that was part of it. It's just that I got to just turn off my brain and just really, really root hard for this likable team. And I think that's what made it extra special for this championship run.
Absolutely. And another Phoenix team can't get it done. Sorry, Corey. Gunsmoke. I just had to. I'm sorry.
Too soon.
Never too soon.
Never.
Never too much. Never too much. Never too much.
Well, congratulations to you, brother.
Absolutely.
Well deserved, and it's always nice to have a storybook ending for Candace Parker in Chicago, and Vandersloot herself about to end up in the top 25 in history. So.
Wow, in history? CBS?
I think so. You lead the league in assists, 5 straight years?
Yeah, she got to be. Come on.
She's gonna end up there.
That's a lot of great players on that list, man. I mean, I don't know if there's any room for CBS, but that'd be great. I would love that.
She's not done. She's not done.
That's true. Yeah.
But we got a comment from our guy, Freddie. He said I got Freddie. He said he's whipping everybody's ass in fantasy basketball. I don't know about that, brother. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Well, Freddie says, I mean, the reason that I'm not going to say he begged, but he was very interested in this league was because he saw who was in the league and he said, you know what, I need a challenge. And this is the challenge that I was looking for. He says that every league that he's in, all he does is win no matter what happens. So we'll see if that translates to this league with the dynamic of having keepers and being able to trade draft picks. So we'll see. I mean, I'm keeping my eye on him. He talks a pretty big game, but this is a different game. This is a different ball game out here, you guys.
Yeah, I don't know how his team. I didn't look at the the teams after they drafted, so I had to see how he ended up with how his drafting skills matches his talking skills.
Well, let's take a look at his roster since he's online. There's can you guys see first? I can make it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, let me see if it shows up here. But that's Freddie's team right there. Those are the two keepers, as you guys can see. I mean, I love his keepers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you can't pick better if you're him. Brand new owner, adopting a team that kind of went by the wayside. So, and he was one of the first people to say, hey, let me in. Okay, let you in. He got Brandon Ingram, Chris Paul. He took a big risk in Jamal Murray, but he's already thinking about next year, which might hurt him for this year. Buddy Hield. I mean, I had him last year. You guys were all you liked the pick I made last year of Buddy Hield. Unfortunately, Luke Walton's out to get him for some reason. I don't know. I mean, what's your opinion on Buddy Hield over there, you guys?
I mean, shooter's going to shoot, and – well, go ahead, Leon. I see you use low one up, so go ahead, my brother.
No, I you're right. Luke Walton kills Buddy Hield's value, but I think now he realizes he has to go to a 3-guard set. And I think you're going to see a lot of Fox, Halliburton, and Hield. And the way Fox and Halliburton run the show, I mean, Hield's going to get a bunch of open looks, and you get him the 3rd round? No, 4th round. It's a solid value pick. Always a high productive shooter. Solid for 20 to 25 a night if he gets the open looks. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad pick. I'm just wary. I just don't know what Luke Walton's going to do over there. And like you said, they have a lot of guards, and they still got Davion Mitchell, who just was drafted as well. I found out today that his nickname is Off Night, so obviously defensive presence. And to quickly go through this rest of the roster: Bobby Portis, Aaron Gordon, Marvin Bagley III. So a little bit of a risk there, but it might be worth it if Marvin Bagley ever plays up to his full potential, especially this year. It seems like this is the last hurrah for him. If he can't get it right now, he won't ever get it right ever. I was kind of questioning the Marcus Smart one and the Thaddeus Young one. Takes another injury risk, and Victor Oladipo. I know that's like the thing to do is to take these former superstar players, buy low, especially with a guy like Oladipo, and see if they can go back to their former glory. Hey, what's up, James? James is on board.
Hey.
But I don't know, man. He already picked Jamal Murray, and now you're going to take another injury risk like Victor Oladipo. I don't know. Do you guys think that's too risky, or am I just being too much of a scaredy cat here?
I was late. It was late in the draft, and why not? I mean, this could be a value pick. You're not picking them too early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, 6 picks away from the last. Somebody was going to pick him up. Yeah. I mean, if it's the last pick was there and he was there, I would take him. Why not? I mean, you still get some productivity from his end. He's not a bum. Maybe I'm hoping he comes off the bench, because I think if he comes off the bench, he'll be a little bit more efficient. He doesn't have to take as many high-volume shots. So especially with, Miami, he should be raring to lead the pack off the bench.
I don't see where his shots are coming from. Hero and Butler and Duncan Robinson and Lowry. I don't think there's enough shots to go around for Oladipo. But looking at this, I probably would have went another big man instead of Oladipo. But considering where he got him, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's mostly on name recognition.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. But I mean, that's what you kind of have to do every once in a while. I know, Leon, speaking of name recognition, that was basically your draft in this year. And we'll take a look at it in just a bit on your team. But it seemed like you were picking a lot of big names that were hurt or not taking their vaccinations or.
Oh, good God.
To finish off the draft here, Kelly Oubre Jr., Jay Crowder, TJ McConnell, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And that is Freddie's team, Mamba. There goes that man. That's the name of his team. He's a Lakers fan, so I gave him the Lakers colors. I hope he appreciates that. The guy I like is TJ McConnell, but I think last year might have been peak TJ McConnell, and it's all downhill from here. What do you think?
I mean, if you want some steals, obviously that's there. I don't like his situation out in Indiana, knowing a full year of Brogdon and Chris Duarte's out there, so I don't see where the minutes are coming from for McConnell. Probably get like 10, 15 minutes a night. I don't think it's productive enough for fantasy.
Yeah, that's going to suck because I was thinking of drafting him just because I know what he did last year. I mean, I know he was on my team. He was a godsend for him. But I don't know, Rick Carlisle, all I keep hearing is bad things about him in Indiana at this point. And the Pacers upgraded their guard position as well. So McConnell might be the odd man out. And KCP, I don't know, man. KCP, I'm done with them. I don't want to deal with them. I don't want nothing to do with them. If this was like maybe a percentage league, like where you keep track of field goal percentage and 3-point percentage, maybe I understand this. But in a points league like ours, I don't get it.
I think KCP on the Wizard team that won't shoot that many threes. Well, they can't shoot that many threes.
Yeah,
he's going to be valuable. Where the minutes are playing behind Beal, that's a problem. But he's a solid vet. Last pick.
It's almost too safe though for my taste. It's almost too safe. It's like he went extremely risky with some of these picks with Jamal Murray, Victor Oladipo, and then he went just completely safe. I guess it's just I don't know. I'm just trying to think inside his head. I think he went very safe in a lot of these picks with these veteran players, these solid but unspectacular veteran players, is because he's trying to make up for the fact that he got both Victor Oladipo and Jamal Murray in this draft. That's the way I'm seeing it. I don't know if you see it the same way.
Yeah, I mean, I would have went with another backup center, but they are very very hard to come by this late in the draft. So
Yeah.
you can go with a safe pick.
All right. Well, thank you, Freddie, for chiming in and talking that shit. But let's get to it. I mean, I did the keepers. I see James is on the board as well. He already has smart alecky comments to say about Kyrie Irving. What do you say? Flat Earth for life. Sure, why not? But how's Giannis? I mean, first of all, his keepers are deadly. He has Giannis Antetokounmpo and Stephen Curry. And I hope you guys appreciate the Knicks colors. I know he's a Knicks fan, so I give him some little bit of Knicks colors there.
I like it.
Yeah. Steph Curry, although this makes him look like a Mets fan too, though. So I hope he doesn't hate me for that. So I was saying, so Steph Curry, possible bounce back years, and then Giannis, who's like the two-time MVP at this point, or I already lost track of the number of MVPs he won. I know he got Finals MVP, right? This past Finals season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm getting old. Thank you. So Giannis, he starts our draft because he won the losers bracket, the losers bracket to play for that first pick overall, and he picks probably easily the best player in this draft that was available after the first 24 players were kept, and that's Zach LaVine. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think of these first 7 or 8 picks? Was Zach LaVine the pick to make here?
I don't hate it, but I mean, you got Paul George and Donovan Mitchell there. That's kind of a reach. I mean, you definitely had better options.
Wow.
You definitely had better options.
The disrespect.
But, I mean, it's not disrespect. Zach's my guy. But still, I mean, you see how Mitchell could perform. De'Aaron Fox, the dude is just skyrocketing now. Julius Randle. I got him, so I don't care. But 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 yeah, like I said, it's pretty solid. It's definitely solid, but I don't think you could have went wrong when you think about it. You couldn't have went wrong, but I wouldn't have went there. But
I think LaVine was a product of being the only option on a bad team. Not saying that he can't score, because he can score with the best of them. But now with Chicago, they're going to be a high-octane offense, but I think he'll lose a lot of the shots that he would have gotten last year. I mean, I think you could put Paul George above him, and maybe Mitchell.
That was it.
But LaVine isn't terrible, because he will also give you some rebounds, and he will give you some assists, but he's also surprisingly very efficient. But
yes, especially last year.
Yeah, but I still feel that he'll lose some opportunities to DeRozan and Pat Williams and Lonzo Ball and those guys. But
according to CBS, he was the number 2 shooting guard that was available. And at this point, it looks like he was projected to score the most points per game, fantasy points per game, at 41.46. So maybe that was part of the allure that James had. It's hard to argue. But I look at it different. I think if anyone's going to lose touches and see a slight production dip, it's going to be DeMar DeRozan, because this is still going to be the offense is going to run through Lonzo Ball first. And you're still going to have to feed Zach LaVine.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even then, Zach LaVine's going to be every once in a while bringing up the ball up the court, setting up the offense at the top of the key, and be able to isolate and penetrate and kick off and get those cheap assists on the corners, like to a guy like Pat Williams. And so that's the way I envision it. So I think it'll be close to that 40 points per game range. So I don't really have a problem with it. I honestly thought that he might have been the best player available in this draft, but I mean, I know you guys are saying that maybe Paul George or Donovan Mitchell or even De'Aaron Fox, but
maybe not De'Aaron Fox for me.
I think Paul. Only reason I would definitely say Paul George is, don't forget that and this is, I think, the point-wise projected when if Kawhi was going to be there. But remember, Kawhi's not going to be there, so you know who's the offense is going to run through anyway. It's going to be PG. That's how you're kind of thinking, okay. But once again,
Levine does get to the line a lot, so I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's a good free throw shooter too. So
that'll help. I mean, those are some cheap points he can get. So if anything. So yeah, and James, I think he's thinking the same way I'm thinking. Like James says that he thinks that Levine could be more efficient, plus with better players, better shots, more assists. It's the whole ideal that everybody's eating when the rosters are good, So I don't know. I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine, and I think Paul George will also be fine. But Levine is younger. This is a keeper league. I feel like Levine's stock is going up. And Paul George at a more I feel like Paul George is old. At this point, if I find out that Paul George is like only 27, 28 years old, I'm gonna be my semblance of time is just not gonna exist anymore. But I know Levine is younger than Paul George. It has to be, right? Is that what it is? Okay. Has to be. Well, I'm looking it up right now because now I'm doubting myself. Paul George is 31 years old. I mean, come on. So. Age, in terms of age and potential, Levine definitely has the arrow up. Paul George might have been the safer pick for sure, but he's limited. Yeah. He's on a worse team at this point, just on paper, especially with Kawhi Leonard out. That's the way I'm thinking it. So, and you guys know I'm a big fan of Donovan Mitchell, so I guess you could have gone that way, but there's always something limiting about Donovan Mitchell as well. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Although last year for me, he was the good. So maybe that's another case of overthinking things there. Before we move on from the first round, anybody else in particular catch your guys' eyes? Leon, let's start with you. Anybody in this what I just highlighted here? Anybody catch your eye as to wow, I can't believe they made that pick this early? Thinking there.
I got it.
D'Angelo Russell.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, let's.
I got one too.
I'm gonna say that was an auto pick, but my man, like D'Lo, no man, I can't see it.
And EJ already had two guards coming into this draft. He got the old Washington Wizards backcourt: Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, and then he brings up another guard in D'Angelo Russell. So, I mean, I like D'Lo too, but there's something off about him. I would have preferred him in the second or third round, but to go in the first round, I don't know. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not feeling that at all. He must know something we don't. maybe him and Kat want to really, do that thing together. But man, with CP out there, if you really wanted to go that way and get your points, could have went there. I mean, Jaylen Brown too, pretty solid. Especially he already had a guard. What was his keeper picks?
Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, and he paired those guys up. He's gonna bring in D'Angelo Russell into the mix.
I mean,
and then if we want to take a step further, he's also gonna take Jalen Green in the second round. So that's 4 guards, no big man.
He's going young.
He's going young for sure. EJ is from Texas, but he's a Mavericks fan. I don't know what's what the deal is there, but John. Speaking of Texas, John Gray's on the line as well. He says he's here to so we can just smack his team around, which we will in just a bit, as long as I see a pick that I don't like. Jacob, what's your pick in the first round that kind of had you scratching your head a little bit?
All right. I'm gonna go with Cade Cunningham.
No, you're not.
Do it.
No, you're not. You're not going to do this.
I love the kid. I have to do it. I love that kid. I mean, he's gonna be the goods, but you definitely could have had some more value there. And plus,
I don't think so.
He's gonna be out.
Because I was going to pick both Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green. That's how much I love those guys. But the more I thought about it, the more stop drafting with your heart and start drafting with your brain. So this is my team: Luka Doncic and Bam Adebayo to kick things off. So I don't know if
I love
Luka
the youth.
Doncic, he's already up there in age, you guys. Younger is always better. No, I think Doncic might be 24, and I think Adebayo might also be 24 as well. I don't know. I'm just guessing out here. I'm actually looking it up while I'm talking. 22, actually. But he's been in the league since, 4 seasons now?
Oh, yeah, 4 seasons.
Hey, man, it's like a new car. You drive that car, those miles are going to add up, right?
Absolutely.
And Adebayo definitely is 24 years old. So, and Cunningham, 19, I think? So
19. I mean, hey, it's you're going young. You got to think for the future as well. I mean, I love the team. I love you. That's the number one thing. There's nothing better than seeing, a player take 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps forward, and you see him grow as NBA players. We've seen it with LeBron, the Currys, even go back. We've seen it with the Kobe's and Dirks and KGs and all that. And this is just a new generation of guys. And you have a perfect guy to lead your squad with Luka. It's perfect. Like I said in our last episode, I think he's ready to take that MVP, step and actually claim it this year.
Well, James already gave me the business as well. He says I picked him way too early. So, but here's my thought process, right? I mean, I said it in the chat. From the moment I found out that Cade Cunningham would be the number 1 prospect coming into this upcoming NBA draft, I knew that I wanted him on my team no matter what. So he's the first pick overall. He has the skill set that I dream about when I look at a player for fantasy. Like, think about Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was always my guy in fantasy basketball. Why? Because he can do everything that most point guards can't do. Rebound, just pass the ball like nobody's business. Get assists are worth 2 points each. So I mean, that's what I envision out of Cade Cunningham. I love the size. I love the overall all around game that he provides, and it looks like he's gonna be the primary ball handler in Detroit. So you gotta love the opportunity.
Oh yeah.
And he's a tall point guard, so it's Ben Simmons without being afraid to shoot the ball. So, but the thing was that I looked at the other players that were available, and the only player I was considering picking here was Chris Middleton, and that wasn't doing it for me. Like, I know what to expect from Chris Middleton, and that's fine, but I need something more. Like that Kobe Bryant and Kanye West commercial. More? Yeah, more what? Just more. And I think I'm going to get that with Cade Cunningham, even in his rookie season, which is it's not a fair thing to ask for a rookie to do so. But we saw what happened with Anthony Edwards last year and how he flourished in only his rookie season. I expect the same thing out of Cade Cunningham. And I was getting ready to go Jalen Green on back-to-back picks, but I decided, no, I shouldn't do that. So just be glad I only picked 1 rookie, not 2 rookies, or all the rookies. I wanted Jalen Suggs. I wanted Scotty Barnes. I wanted them all on my team, man. But I gotta reserve myself. But yeah, like I said, the only guy I was considering was Chris Middleton at this spot, and it just I wasn't feeling it. I don't want a second. I don't want a second banana on my team after the first round. I wanted someone who's going to be the primary ball handler and just rack up all the stats that we're looking for in this league. So.
Yeah, that team have their injuries to their young players though. That's what made me worried about that pick. Cause he was out for the preseason, Killian and Sadiq.
It's all right, they'll be ready.
I'm not sure
Although Killian, I think Killian, he's killing me at this point. Every time I see him, man, he's always hurt. I mean, bro, come on. And remember when we talked about him last year? That was one of the deficiencies with him was that he has a small frame and he could get pushed off easily, and now I don't know, man. I'm not worried about Cade Cunningham like I am worried about Killian Hayes. So so that's the first round. And I guess my guy that I would be like a real head scratcher, even though it's at the back end of the first round, has to be Kyrie Irving. We don't know when he's playing, if he'll play, if the Nets are gonna be forced to move to New Jersey just so his bum ass can play. I don't know. I don't like it. You guys were talking about you want someone more secure in the first round. This is like the most enigmatic player you could have gotten here, Leon. But you obviously know something that we don't know. What do you know over there in Brooklyn?
Well, I believe one, Kyrie is too big of a talent. He wasn't gonna last into second or third round. I'm pretty sure somebody would have taken him. And considering I had the last pick in that round, I mean, who do I want? I wasn't going to take Cade Cunningham. That's for damn sure.
Wait, so you were or were not?
No, I wasn't. But
Oh, well.
Kyrie is still a top 15 player in this league. I can't. I just feel I can't pass up on it, and I believe in my heart of hearts he'll. I don't think he'll get the vaccine. I thought he would, but I think they might lift the mandate once a new mayor comes in, or push comes to shove, they'll finally just trade him.
So really quick, I want to just read some of the comments here. James said that he was thinking about getting Donovan Mitchell as well, but he went with Zach LaVine. Mm-hmm. John Gray, this is my mentality here. First round picks need to be guys that can go off. Middleton isn't that guy. He's really good, but he doesn't have that ceiling that Cade Cunningham does. And you're gonna see that was my theme for my draft was I want upside guys, because a lot of these guys they're all like, we'll get to it. James says that he's happy with that he got Evan Mobley late. He was happy with that, which made me sad because I really wanted Evan Mobley as well. Like I said, I wanted all the rookies.
Jesus.
James, Killian is a point guard who now won't have the ball because of Cade Cunningham. That's right. That is right. Felipe, genius pick. John Gray, I'd rather take Kawhi over Kyrie.
Oh, damn.
Guys, haters.
Kawhi might not even play in our season, and he'd rather have him than Kyrie. That's funny. I mean, I wouldn't want either of them. They're both head cases at this point. But remember when Kawhi was supposed to be the sensible one a couple years ago? Yeah. Everybody went against Greg Popovich in that offseason that Kawhi did not want to play with the Spurs anymore. James, he's too stubborn. In my other draft I just finished, he went into like the 7th round. Leon, dude, you picked him in the virtual 3rd round. You couldn't wait till the 7th round, Leon? What's up?
Oh yeah, what? Let Freddie get him? Nah, it wasn't gonna happen. Wasn't gonna happen.
All right, let's move on to the 2nd round then. 2nd round, that's when things get interesting because everybody can pick 1st round blind, but the 2nd round is that's when things get interesting. So there it is. Our fearless champion here starts us off with Christian Wood, solid pick. I get the guy I always wanted in all my life, Rudy Gobert. I love Rudy Gobert. I finally got him on one of my teams, so I'm happy with that. There's Jalen Green going in the 4th pick. Before Jalen Green, DeJounte Murray went a pick before Jalen Green. There's Chris Middleton going to Andrew O'Sullivan, our favorite Irish Mets fan of all time. And then you get to Mamba. There goes that man, Freddie Rollins and Chris Paul. Keeper league. I know that maybe we put too much stock on these younger players, but do you think he might have I don't know. I don't want to use the word reach, but I don't know. What do you guys think of the Chris Paul draft pick here in the middle of this 2nd round here? Let's start with you, Jacob.
Obviously, he still can put up your points. He's going to give you, 14 to 15 plus assists. So you can't really go wrong. Mm-hmm. I mean, he already had – what's his 2 keepers? I'm trying to think of his keepers again, his 2 keepers.
LeBron and Tatum.
So you already got those locked. So Chris Paul is not bad. I mean, he's going with his vets of LeBron and CP. You got your young guy in Tatum that you're pretty much going to build around. I mean, really couldn't go wrong with this pick. It's not a bad pick at all.
Everybody picking veteran players but me. I'm starting to worry here, you guys. I mean, let me ask you. I mean, you took Jaylen Brown. I mean, if Chris Paul was available, would you have taken Chris Paul or Jaylen Brown there, Jacob?
I would have definitely taken Jaylen Brown.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Listen, I'm big on defense. He's a good 2-way player. He can shoot. I mean, the sky's the limit for that kid. So I'm like, okay. You got to go young now.
Well, I mean, I guess Freddie can say, well, my young player is Jason Tatum. So he can make that argument. Who's the other guy? And then he got Brandon Ingram. So a lot of I'm sensing that there's like a method to the madness here. He's getting a lot of players that are connected to the Lakers or LeBron James in some sort of aspect. So.
Chris Paul should have been traded to the Lakers. Should have went through.
Brandon Ingram got traded to the Pelicans because of LeBron James. Is that what happened? I don't remember exactly what happened there.
Absolutely.
The Anthony Davis trade, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So, yeah, just call him the LeBron James tree there. Leon, what was the most controversial pick in the 2nd round?
I see it.
I see it.
I see it right now. I'm focused on that shit. See if me and Leon
Pascal
on the same
Siakam,
wavelength.
man.
Woo! All right, here we
like
go.
him. I like him as a player, but after that down year last year, that's pretty damn high. Pascal Siakam over Michael Porter, John Collins, hell, even Porzingis.
How you said it? Even Porzingis.
I don't know. Siakam's a reach.
Yeah, when I saw John Gray do that, I'm like, all right, well, but yeah, he's hurt. I don't see him as a second round material. I don't know. It is kind of risky. I mean, you know what? At this point, if you play for the Toronto Raptors and your name is not Scotty Barnes, I don't want anything to do with you. Even Aaron's pick of Van Fleet.
That was kind of wild.
That was kind of yeah. I mean, I get it. I get the allure.
No, I get the allure too. But you had another Canadian in SGA right there in the right there. I would have taken him any day of the week over Van Fleet. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Drake, great value. Drake can sit his ass on my bench somewhere. Just because
great value.
SGA, it's just SGA, better player, younger. The kid is like a walking triple double if he really gets going. And I don't feel that at all. Love you, Aaron, but hell no.
I got another question. Okay, so since we got Angel, I have to ask. I did mention that DeMar DeRozan, that might be the one dip in production we might see in Chicago just because of the players that are out there. But who knows? Maybe, they'll play at a faster pace. They'll score more points. That means everybody's stats will stay remaining the same or even go a little bit up. But DeMar DeRozan in the second round, when you had Clint Capella, R.J. Barrett, Tobias Harris, Michael Porter Jr., Kyle Lowry, C.J. McCollum, all those guys, was that the pick to make here for Angel's team here?
I was going to say I'd probably take Tobias Harris, but then I realized it's the same person who took Tobias Harris. So, so you screwed yourself twice. Listen, I'm a huge DeRozan fan. I think he's highly underrated as a player, but he's not a second rounder for me.
Yeah. And I guess we got to say that this is the virtual fourth round, but even in the virtual fourth round, because there's already two players that were kept, you wouldn't. Is the fourth round too early for you, Leon, as well?
Yeah, I would have went John Collins or C.J. McCollum in that spot.
Whoo, boy, or even Kristaps Porzingis.
I would have went KP too.
Yeah. Or Ben Simmons.
There you go. Nah, Dusty bitch, nah.
And now, poor Angel, he inherited a really awful team. He got stuck with Zion Williamson, and Colin Sexton got stuck, right? But he really did. I mean, Zion. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, continue.
Well, my thing was Zion comes with his own baggage. Like, we don't know where his motivation's coming from, or if he could stay healthy, or if he can lose weight. And then Colin Sexton, nice player, but he is really on the low tier among even young point guards in this league. I think there's going to be a lot more point guards that are going to be passing him up unless something drastic happens in Cleveland. I mean, we're basically expecting a miracle to happen in Cleveland for Colin Sexton to become that top tier echelon player. And then, so he counters by getting DeMar DeRozan. Who was his first pick? Let's just do this. Let's take a look at his first 5 picks just to see what's up. Let's take a look. Let's really just hurt his feelings here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. So yeah, he goes with Paul George. You guys agree that was the pick to make. You guys love that pick, so that's not bad. DeMar DeRozan, that's a little iffy. Older player. I mean, steady as they come, but upside's not there. And we don't know what the production will be in Chicago anymore. And then Tobias Harris, nice, safe, grounded player, but we know what he is. I mean,
yeah. I will say he does make up for it in the middle rounds. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Well, we We will get to it. So hang in there tight, Angel. We might start talking really nice about your team soon enough. So that's that. And then Clint Capella and RJ Barrett going to the Knicks fan to finish out the second round and to start us in the third round. And there's Tobias Harris again. But again, RJ Barrett, Tobias Harris, and then you get a talent like Michael Porter Jr., also a little bit wacky in the head. But we know that he shouldn't be restricted this year in terms of playing time. So was that the best pick out of these three right here, Michael Porter Jr.?
By far.
Oh yeah,
by far,
absolutely.
So there you go, John. We diss you for that other pick, which the Pascal Siakam pick, but you totally redeemed yourself in the third round with the Michael Porter pick. All right, so we move on. There's Mike Harvey getting Kyle Lowry, which that's arrow pointing down there. I don't like that pick at all.
Kyle Lowry.
Am I being too harsh there, or do you guys agree with me there about Kyle Lowry?
I agree with you 100%.
Wow.
I like Kyle Lowry in Miami.
Yeah, but you had Lonzo there too. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you have him. You have Brogdon.
I mean.
Wait, in Miami?
No, I meant as far as a point guard position, but.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Lowry's durable. He's solid. He plays every game. So it's not good, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. I can live with it.
Yeah. My only concern there is that he's 35 years old. I mean,
he's tough. He's really tough.
I'm pretty sure he had that in mind. I don't think this was meant for a keeper pick.
No, but you want to have those backup reserves just in case something bad happens, in case you get stuck with a Colin Sexton or Zion Williamson. And so I'm sorry, Angel, I keep picking on him.
He did get Scary Terry, so he's more than a valuable backup. Why you not in bed?
But you guys mentioned there were other younger, better players like CJ McCollum, which comes with his own restrictions. But at least he's younger, and I don't know. I would have preferred him over Kyle Lowry. John Collins, Jamal Murray's not. We already talked about Jamal Murray. I don't like that pick at all. Kristaps Porzingis, there's more upside there out of Porzingis, even if he's restricted in Dallas because of Luka and whatever other reasons. Well, Leon, let me ask you. I know you spoke highly of him at the beginning, but I mean, is this a bounce back season for Porzingis in 2022?
I really think so. I mean, there's nowhere he can't hit any more rock bottom, can he? So I think the relationship with Luka so far, how they looked in the preseason, he seems to be moving around the floor much better, more confidence, shooting. So, and by all accounts, Jason Kidd's a big man whisperer. So I think it's going to be a big year for KP.
I will agree. He's still a soft ass bitch, but I will agree. Yeah, man, it's just you got one of the best players in the world in Luka. You wanted to get out of New York. The truth was going to come out. You talked all this nonsense. Now it's time to stay healthy and back your game up. We know you're 7 foot. They called you a unicorn for a reason.
Yeah,
we want to start seeing it. We want to see you rebound more. Give us 10 rebounds a game, not 2, 3, and a whole bunch of whining. I mean, it's just time to step it up. But KP, I think he's going to have a bounce back year. If he doesn't, good luck to him. Jason Kidd might run his ass out of town.
Okay, then. So I'm seeing the comments, and they're not too high on KP at this point. So I don't want to read some of the things that are being said about him here. So let's just move on.
I'm going to read it.
Okay, fine.
No, go ahead. No, I'm going to read it. As you're going forward.
Cancel the step back. Cancel culture will get us. Solid picks here. Draymond Green, Karis LeVert. I was considering picking him. He was available. But Tyler does a really nice job of stealing all my freaking players. And EJ too. I was more concerned about EJ and Tyler in front of me than I was with Leon, because I knew Leon wasn't some other thing. I don't know what the hell. But I just want you guys to know, every time I got a pick that I really wanted, I did the whole Jerry Krause thing, crunching his pennies inside his fist. That's what I was. yes. I got the pick I wanted. Lonzo Ball. I love that pick. I always liked Lonzo. I just never liked his dad, and now his dad's not there, and he can just dish to those improving Bulls team. I can't wait. Leon, like I said, no offense, but I was not concerned about you taking any of my players. We obviously have different tastes in players. You took let's face it, it's a big risk with Ben Simmons. You already took another big risk with Kyrie Irving. And then you also went back-to-back with Yusuf Nurkic as well. Explain yourself there, Leon, a little bit.
Well, I figure at this point, Ben Simmons in this round, knowing that there's a strong possibility he'll come back, there's no way he can sacrifice all that money. And when he's right, he is a triple-double waiting to happen. So I in that round, I couldn't pass it up.
Yeah, I mean, the way you talk about Ben Simmons, that's the way I envision Cade Cunningham. But at least Cade Cunningham will be there. So this is your team after your two keepers. So how many players is that? That's 6 players already on your roster. You got Jokic and Nurkic. Jokic, Nurkic.
Yeah, man, we're going for a little Serbian theme here.
And Christian Wood. So you got 3. I think Christian Wood does qualify a power forward for you, though, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Okay. So you got the Serbian thing going. You got the 3-headed monster at center and even at power forward. I mean, that's a hell of a front court. And then, that's a lot of risk, though. Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons. As far as I'm concerned, you do not have a starting backcourt right now. But if these high risks pay off, we might see something that happened last year was all the players that were injured or were hurt or were not showing up, that they'll show up at the end of the year, and that will help you in your, championship run. Right? Is that what you're thinking? I'm sorry, what?
I'm going to ride the wave. So I could sit Kyrie for the next, 3 months, and when it's championship time, you know who to look for.
Yeah, I mean, eventually he's gonna have to play, right? So maybe in March, during our playoffs, he's just trying to get tuned up for his playoffs as well. So maybe the risk will pay off. But for me, it was just too damn risky. I did not want to do it. Guys in the comments, let us know Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons on the same team. How do you see that folding out for Leon here? Well, let's move on. Where were we? We were in the 4th round. Okay, so Nurkic, so we can move on. So I take all these high upside guys, right? So imagine seeing Malcolm Brogdon available, and I'm doing the whole Jerry Krause thing. And that's the safest pick I'm going to be making all draft long. Malcolm Brogdon can play both point guard and shooting guard. Solid performer, can distribute, can score. I mean, one preseason game, he was scoring 27 points. I mean, that's a good sign. The only thing that I'm worried about is Karis LeVert returning. But when is Karis LeVert returning? That's the thing about it, right? Jacob, start with you. What do you think about Malcolm Brogdon in Indiana?
One of my favorite players coming out of the draft. I wanted that kid. The dude does everything. He's smart. I mean, he's not like a lockdown defensive player, but he's tough on that end. He can shoot really well. Good free throw shooter, leader on the floor. Just everything you would want in a player. It's a very solid pick. I definitely, if he got down to me, I would have taken him. But solid pick, man. That's an A+ right there. Knocked it out the park.
Yeah, damn right. Let's move on to the rest of the 4th round. Valanciunas. I don't know what to make of Valanciunas, man. I had him last year. Solid performer, but compared to the other centers, number 2 centers, because we are a 2-center league. Compared to the other number 2 centers, I feel like that there was a little bit of lacking there. I mean, I was happy, but I could have been happier. And now he's going to New Orleans and having to play with Zion Williamson whenever he decides to play. Leon, let's start with you. Are you high on Jonas Valanciunas for this upcoming season?
If he was in Memphis, maybe, but I mean, he is starting to expand his range, shooting 3-pointers now. Jake mentioned it before. That's how you stay in the league. Extending your range, 3-point shot.
Yeah.
And with Zion's injury history, it's not bad. And I don't think this is obviously one of the better centers available. and if he was lacking in that position, it's is not the worst thing he can do. So, and he makes pretty solid picks for the most part. So, I like it. It's not bad.
All right, then we move on to Jeremy Grant, Miles Turner, Buddy Hield. We already talked about Buddy Hield. Tyrese Halliburton. Man, Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know what to make of him. I mean, it was a tough choice, but I went with Malcolm Brogdon because I feel like he's going to have the ball in his hands more often than not. But Tyrese Halliburton, man, I just don't know what to expect because I know that everything is going to have to go through De'Aaron Fox. And you just saw Buddy Hield go. Buddy Hield go before Tyrese Halliburton. First and foremost, who's the better pick here, Buddy Hield or Tyrese Halliburton?
I ain't gonna answer it.
Honestly, I think it's a toss-up.
Wow, but
they both can shoot.
I think
that's
it's a toss-up.
and that's why I as much as I want a Halliburton on my team, I just went with what I thought was the safer pick in Malcolm Brogdon. And you guys just said you guys are kind of you just said they're both kind of good. Well, if they're both kind of good, then then you have nothing there. You're gonna have to share the ball and share the production, and we don't know what Luke Walton's up to. So, but I guess Jacob is happy with this pick here.
Absolutely.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Dude shot 50 from the field goal. 50 from 2, 41 from 3. I'm taking that all day. And you know he's gonna play. You're gonna have to play that 3 guard set like Leon attributed to earlier. You're gonna have to do it.
So this is Jacob's team after 6 picks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including the keepers. James Harden, John Morant, Julius Randle, Jaylen Brown, John Collins. What the hell is this, Jacob?
John motherfucking Collins, son.
All the letter J's? All the letter J's?
Yo, J's everywhere.
Jacob, James, John, Julius, Jalen, John, Tyrese Halliburton. It's not a bad team, man. I like it. I like it so far.
This is good. Solid.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I know there was concerns about John Morant not being able to stay healthy and maybe not continuing to progress. Are you worried about that at all, Jacob?
No, I think he's ready to, if he stops trying to posterize everybody and going, he has to be able to pull it back. Be that playmaker. You don't have to try to do everything on the floor. You got plenty of options in Desmond Bane. You got 3J coming back. You have Dylan Brooks on the squad. I mean, you got guys there that's going to be, it's going to help you on the floor. So, just you don't got to do too much, but he's still going to be a primetime player. So, go ahead.
Yeah.
My brother.
The only thing about Julius Randle is you got more Kemba Walker's on the team now, so now you got a real point guard. And
what you trying to say?
Well, we saw what Thibodeau did with Noah after Noah had to play point center for the Bulls a long time ago. We talk about on the show with you guys that Thibodeau might be one of the smartest underrated offensive coaches. I know he gets a lot of credit for his defensive stuff, but he's a pretty pragmatic offensive head coach, and he needed to use Julius Randle as his point forward. But now that Knicks team looks better in terms of having more ball handlers. You're going to get a full season of Derrick Rose now, so you're not depending so much on Julius Randle. So that's why I didn't keep him, because I didn't know what to expect from him this year.
He's still going to get the ball. He's definitely still – from watching the preseason games, he's definitely going to get the ball.
Yeah, he's definitely been putting numbers up for sure.
Oh, yeah. Plus, you're going to get – the pressure's going to be kind of like you said, bringing Kemba in. You got guys like Evan Fournier who can make the shots. Hey, maybe he averages a few more assists this year. He's going to be able to score. And, his game translates. So, I'm happy with it, though. I like him. I think he's going to do really well. And that's another reason I picked up Evan Fournier, because he can – good free throw shooter. He can shoot the 3. He can actually, pull up and hit you with the mid-range, and he can do a lot of things on the floor. So I'm pretty excited for my team.
And I just want to point that out, that these are the primary positions according to CBS. So that doesn't take into account that they qualify at other positions. James is asking why don't you have a center? I mean, Julius Randle qualifies at center, so he'll be fine. So, but yeah, just keep that in mind. I just kept it like this because that's the way that when I downloaded the draft results, this is how they came about it. So check your local standings or local listings for those extra qualifying positions.
Yeah, I have centers.
Yeah. I believe you. So let's see. How far are we here? Oh, yeah. Buddy Hield doesn't count. I don't like him anymore. If you were on a different team with a different head coach, yeah, I would be all for it. But you got Tyrese Halliburton, Leon, Spencer Dinwiddie, Terry Rozier. And, from this trio here, who do you like the most?
You know what?
You want to pick Cornerstone?
Yes, I'm a little biased, but I think Dinwiddie has something to prove. He's going to get all the minutes out in Washington, and he has a running mate in Beal. That Washington team has a lot of depth to it, and you give it Dinwiddie extended time, he's going to put up numbers. He's going to give you 20-6, 20-7. Very, very sneaky 20-7. So I like Dinwiddie out there. It's a solid pick there. Terry Rozier, I was very surprised. I highly doubt that he can repeat what he did last year. Credit to him securing the bag, but I don't know. I have my doubts.
Spencer Dinwiddie is projected to score 32.9 points. Now, that projections are just projections, right? But it's a base. It's a baseline of sorts, right? Coming into the season. Do you believe of these three guys listed here, Halliburton, Dinwiddie, Terry Rozier, that Dinwiddie is only going to be the only guy who scores over 30 fantasy points per game? Or do you see it differently in terms of the numbers there?
No, that's how I think it'll end up.
Wow. So, yeah, it turns out Jacob made the wrong pick in Halliburton then.
We'll see.
All right.
Dustin was off from 30.
I'm sorry, what was that?
He says a few points off. It's like a point off from 30. Come on.
Yeah,
I mean,
so, yeah, it's a baseline. So, at this point, you're looking at that. And they're usually pretty conservative with the projections for sure. So, at this point, you've got to think to yourself, okay, does Halliburton have a chance to go over or will he go under?
And, he has a chance to go over, I think.
Yeah. I think 29 sounds about right.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm good with that.
But you're looking for guys who can score more than 30 from this bunch, like to get you to the next step. Otherwise, you're just going to keep losing to my team every year. So
yeah, right. It's a new day. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. TJ Warren got some. I remember that was everybody was celebrating John Gray for that pick. Do we still like that pick here at the in the fourth round?
Depends which one you get it.
Yeah, yeah. We mentioned that one. If it's Jimmy on him, good luck to you. You got bubble. You got bubble TJ. You got to steal.
I mean, compared to the other guys that were available, Mike Conley, Darius Garland, and there's Evan Mobley. James Pinos was very. And, man, that one hurt. I thought I could get him in the 5th or 6th round. I really thought I could get him. But I don't know, Leon. Who do you go with from this list? Is TJ now looking to see who else was picked ahead of after TJ Warren? Does TJ Warren become the best pick available, all things considered here?
I toss up between Holmes and 3J. I really like Holmes.
Yeah.
I really like Holmes. At the center position, he's agile center, picked up a lot of double-doubles, really sneaky, and Sacramento's out to run. If probably in pecking order, Holmes, Jackson. I'm not so high on Mobley as everyone else is, but Holmes, Jackson, Warren.
Oh, okay. So, John Gray, you picked the 3rd best player available in this spot. Congratulations. You played yourself. But no, I mean, if like you guys said, if it's the bubble TJ Warren, then that's a steal. Then it's the right pick to make. So we'll see what happens there. Mike Conley, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jaren Jackson Jr. to start out the 5th round. So Mobley going first in the 5th round, followed by Jaren Jackson Jr., which – yeah, I know that it's a rookie. You have to get him because of the upside. And if you don't get him, then I would have gotten him anyway. But, so it's just a matter of, do you like Evan Mobley's upside more than you like Jaren Jackson's stability? And in this situation, maybe getting Triple J would have been the smart move to make here, but only time will tell. Right. Apparently, Cleveland's going to be utilizing Mobley a lot this year. So, I mean, that's the reason I wanted him, but we'll see. Let's take a look at Aaron's team. because I want to know how many Raptor players has she picked so far as of the 5th round. So let's see. You got Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, Darren Fox, Fred VanVleet, CJ McCollum, Spencer Dinwiddie, who Leon likes, and OG Anunoby. So 2 Raptors players. I don't know. Is there any Canadian connection here that we need to know about there, Leon or Jacob? Either one.
Anunoby has been supposed to be taking that next step for years.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this year's a year, considering they're going back to Toronto now. They have a home crowd. They can probably get some energy in the building. Maybe that could propel them. Fred. Now it's Fred's team. Maybe he takes that next step as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Toronto will be any good, but for fantasy purposes, I mean, those are the 2 to get. So if she would have hit on any of them, she hit the right ones.
It's a nice team. But is it a championship caliber team? Is she a different animal and the same beast? As you guys can tell, I've been watching that commercial. It's in my head now.
Oh, good Lord.
I mean, she'll say that she's not good at basketball, that baseball her sport, but this is a solid team. But is it going to be enough to get a championship run so far as we know, with the picks in hand right now? And right now, it looks like she's going to finish middle of the pack, good enough to finish for that 5th spot overall, like she did this year, because we do those consolation brackets, and she earned that 5th spot overall. But is it going to be good? Is this team right now, Jacob, based on the first 6 or 7 picks, is this good enough to get her to that next step?
She's going to start off strong. I think that's important, but it's how she's going to finish.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to get out of VanVleet for being the main guy? You don't know. Spencer Dinwiddie coming off a big injury.
Yeah.
What was going to happen? Question mark there. De'Aaron Fox, okay, solid. Joel Embiid, MVP candidate. He's going to get those, he's going to get you your points. But how long until he gets hurt? Or can he can he go the whole year without, getting a major injury or even a small injury? Jimmy Butler, he's always going to ball out. But
there's a lot of miles in those legs, man.
Yeah, that sounds exactly. As you know. I mean,
I know.
You just don't know. You just don't know. OG Anunoby. Can he take that next step? Cameron Johnson, can he repeat what he did last year, or can he take a step up? Norman Powell, good shooter, but he's a bench piece. So Robert Covington, always like him, 3-and-D player. How much of a role will he have again in Portland?
Mm-hmm.
Blake Griffin, shit. No, I'm just kidding. No, Blake Griffin, he's still one of my favorite players of all time. It's nice to see.
If Blake Griffin gets anywhere close to this 28.78 projection, that is not just a steal. That is an assault. That is a murder.
Damn good.
That's every crime committed here by Aaron.
But LMA came back, who Leon does have on his team.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Lamarcus Aldridge, he's gonna get his minutes, and that's gonna cut into that. Brooke Lopez extended his range, so she's gonna get points from there. Markelle Fultz. That's another one. Can he come back healthy? Because the kid was doing so well. You talking about a redemption story? He was it.
He was on my team last year.
Alfred Payton, SMD. I don't care. All right, let me go on a little rant. I've seen a lot of reports. Oh, Alfred Payton, he was still so good for the Knicks. He was the main. No, fuck no. He sucked. Anyway, little mini rant. Next thing, Davion Mitchell. I love. He defensive stopper. He's not a bad shooter. But Sacramento, how many guards do you need? It's kind of like the Knicks and the Bulls. All these power forwards, and what are you doing? Do you really need all of them? All these guards. You got Tyrese, De'Aaron Fox. I mean, Buddy Hield. Where is he going to play?
And it's kind of similar to, if I might just butt in really quick, because the next pick that she makes at the end of the draft here is Precious Achiuwa, which is kind of like the same way you're describing the Kings with all those guards. They have 3 solid centers, but they're all going to split time together, and maybe Precious might be the best one in terms of like just getting blocks and rebounds. But we're not going to know, because I just foresee all those guys in Toronto splitting time evenly and equally, and that's just going to be frustrating. I don't know if you guys see the same way that I see it, but
no, that's a good insight. It's just you just don't know. Chua, he never really got that time in Miami.
Bless you.
because at you, bless you.
Precious.
But yeah, you just don't know what you're gonna get. I just hope he gets time because the kid is talented. So I want to see him get at least 20 minutes a game just to see what he can do. Because in Miami, Bam was just that guy, and you had Kelly Olynyk too. So how much time was he really gonna get? But in Toronto, hey, I won't say they're in they won't think they're in a rebuild, but you gotta start playing these young guys to see what you have.
Oh, how are they not in a rebuild? I mean,
man, we see it.
I mean, I guess the issue there is that they got so many veteran players, but they're not good veteran players. It's like Fred VanVleet is your best player. I'm sorry, you know what that is? That's what they call NBA hell. You're not bad enough to be a lottery pick, but you're not good enough to be a playoff team. You're just in that middle. You're basically the Chicago Bulls from the last couple of years.
There you go.
So,
but
speaking of which,
Scotty Barnes, I'm excited to see though. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean that's why I drafted him, right? I was surprised that he was available, but we'll get to it in just a bit. Keldon Johnson, I really like that pick. Bobby Portis. I don't know about that, man. Bobby Portis, when you got Jalen Suggs, Jared Allen, even Kevin Porter available, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's kind of hot. Yeah.
Ready? What are these leagues are playing in, buddy?
What are we getting from the panel?
Thumbs down. No, not a fan. Not a fan. I am a fan of this Jalen Suggs pick, and damn it, Andrew, I was this close to getting him. I could feel it. I could taste it. I'm going to get Jalen Suggs and Kay Cunningham on the same team. And I guess Andrew saw it my way, which is not surprising because he basically drafted my fantasy baseball team in our fantasy baseball league as well. So it's a lot of matching brains there. Strike Force, I already talked about how I like Jared Allen. I know that the projections are low. Am I missing something here? Why are the projections so low for Jared Allen at only 23.9 points, fantasy points a game?
The minutes with Mobley and if Kevin Love decides to play, but Jared Allen is a walking double-double if you give him the minutes. Obviously, the block shot potential,
rebound,
but out in Cleveland, it's a bunch of trees, so I think that's going to cut into his production.
Well, man, there's a lot of comments that I wish I had. I wish I can get to in just a bit, but man, we got a lot more players to go through. So maybe we can triple team it and answer them after the fact. So I want to get to them, but yeah, EJ finally responded about his getting the 2 guards back to back in the first round. He pretty much says he went best player available, which I don't blame him. And Jalen Green is forward eligible, so that's a good thing for him as well. What's next? Gordon Hayward. So the Tyler going with the homer pick here with Gordon Hayward. I'm not seeing it, you guys. I don't know. I mean, I know he's a wonderful player, but he's a year older. I still think of him as the guy who shattered his leg into a million pieces. Leon, what do you think about Gordon Hayward going to Team Buckley over here?
I mean, Hayward was great for the first half of the season last year, and so they had to shut him down. But
yeah,
I mean, he was borderline all-star.
Yeah.
You just hope he comes back in this same form, but I think it's going to be a much more reduced role now that LaMelo is kind of taking that next step.
Oh yeah.
But Hayward has always been a guy that he was not a triple-double threat, but he will always get you 6 rebounds, 6 assists in that range. And, the problem is he's never on the damn floor. But I like Hayward.
Next pick that was made was by me, Kevin Porter. Kind of a crossroads there for me. I honestly didn't know what to make of it, but I am concerned that he's projected to go only 22 fantasy points per game, but I love his upside. He's a little bit crazy. He does come with baggage, but there's also a lot of good intangibles you got to like about him as well, like in terms of sticking up with to teammates and just commanding attention in the locker room from the reports I've been hearing. And he just looks like a guy who will be a mainstay on that Houston Rockets. Now, that's a real rebuilding team, not whatever excuse in Toronto that they're using. But Kevin Porter is my guy. But, Cole Anthony was available. Klay Thompson was available. Derek White Maybe take a risk on Kawhi Leonard. So I ask you guys what I ask of other people. Was that the pick to make compared to the other guys that were available? We'll start with Jacob first here, if you can.
All right, go ahead. What was that again? I'm sorry.
Was Kevin Porter the best pick compared to all the other guards that were available?
With his projections going up, it's not bad. Obviously, it's not the most, it's not the sexiest pick, but you got Clay. He's going to shoot the lights. If he comes back on time, you still got that question mark. You got a question mark there. Cole Anthony, will he get the time with Jalen Suggs? How are they going to work that out? Derek White is definitely going to get the time, but you got him already, so there you go. But, yeah, Kevin Porter is a solid pick because with Houston, he got a chance to thrive. That's going to be a fun team to watch, man. Him and, Kevin Porter, Jalen Green. I mean, Jayshawn Tate, he's going to have the opportunity. That team is young. It's going to be young and full of opportunity. So I like that pick on your end. And I honestly think he's going to be more than a 22-point per guy.
My God, that's what I want to hear because that's how I picture with the Rockets. It's about opportunity. I said that with Kate Cunningham, Kevin Porter. He balled out those last few games at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Leon, I don't know if you see it the same way that Jacob and I see it, but I mean, you obviously picked Cole Anthony. That was a guy that was on my team. I love Cole Anthony, but I feel like he's very limited for all the reasons that Jacob just said. Now the Magic have like a million guards now, and I don't know. Looking back, if Kevin Porter was available, would you have gotten Kevin Porter over Cole Anthony there?
Yes, you stole my fucking pick.
Wait, you said I stole your pick?
Yeah.
Good.
You did.
Good.
So, with that being said, I felt Cole Anthony was if I do maybe Derek White, but I there's something about Cole Anthony. Maybe it's Carolina, maybe it's how he finished last season. There's something about him. There's some swag. I think he's the best point guard of the bunch. Forget Jalen Suggs, forget Markelle Fultz. I think Cole Anthony is going to come out on top.
Wow. As a scoring guard off the bench, he plays that role magnificently. But if he's going to be, he almost kind of reminds me of if he were like on the Raptors, he's basically Fred VanVleet. And they got to wonder, is Cole Anthony the guy that can lead a team, much less a fantasy team, but is he a guy that can lead an NBA team to a playoff spot? I don't see it. I don't see him that way. But we only have 1 year to really, gauge that. And he's in a really messed up situation with the Orlando Magic, unfortunately, because like you mentioned, Markelle Fultz, Jalen Suggs. So we're gonna figure this out this season. We'll see what Cole Anthony's made out of. But I like them. I wish he was in a better situation for him so he can really shine. But I had him last year, so it was really down to either him or Kevin Porter or even Derek White in this spot, and then wait for Kevin Porter in the next round. But I just feel like Porter's upside is way, way, way up there over a guy like Cole Anthony, who it's a safe pick compared to the other guys. So that's a good thing for you. But are you going to be the same beast and a different animal? Are you going to give us more? So Klay Thompson, this is another injured player, but this might be the best one of the bunch just because at least we know what his timetable is. What is it? Is it December, right?
Yeah.
And you got to love the projected score. That means that he's going to be – man, if he gets you 31 fantasy points a game, I think it's all over. We should just go home and just give you the championship at this point, right?
It's the same dude that dropped like 36 points on 13 shots, something like that.
Yeah.
It's possible. Klay Thompson, I'm not going to doubt this guy on the work he's probably putting in the gym every day, getting his body back in shape. Playing again with this boy Steph. It's going to be really interesting. So I can't wait, especially for Golden State. I want to see what that whole team's going to do when they just gelling together. It's going to be fun basketball. Good night.
Oh boy. Well, I like the Warriors too, but it seems like anything after Curry, it's just who knows what to expect. It's all question marks. Because everybody was talking highly about Jordan Poole, but once Klay Thompson comes back, it's over. At least that's how I'm thinking it. But anyway, there's Derek White. So yeah, Kevin Porter was my upside pick. Derek White is my safe pick. after Leon goes back-to-back with, who did he go? Klay Thompson and Cole Anthony in the last 2 picks. So, like I said, I'm not worried about Leon taking my picks. He did not snipe any of my picks, maybe at least one if he's lucky, if I'm, But the guy I'm always worried about is Buckley and EJ. EJ because he's known me for over 20 years, and Buckley because, well, Buckley just pisses me off. Him existing just pisses me off, But and then you get to Andrew's team, going with Kawhi Leonard, and I'm sorry, what?
When is he coming back? Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine. Good question. So him and Jamal Murray, I was thinking of getting one of those or 2 of those guys. If they come back, they'll be in time for our playoff run, right? Our playoff starts sometime in March.
Mm-hmm.
But if Jamal Murray comes back, I at least can pencil him in for those games.
Mm-hmm.
If Kawhi Leonard gets the green light to play in March, is he going to play in March? I don't see it. I don't see it. I think he's going to take the rest of the year off. I mean, unless you guys see it differently than I do. I think this is way too risky here.
Yeah, I don't see that either, man. Especially you're coming up with injury, then load management, which he loves. So I don't know. I can't say.
Stevonte Graham pick is interesting because he is a player who's very maddening.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the first year Charlotte Stevonte Graham, I mean, he's all world. You get playoff airballing Stevonte Graham, you'll never see the floor again. Considering, I would definitely take him over Schroeder. That's for damn sure.
Schroeder time.
Kawhi Leonard, I'm not sure if he's coming back this season.
I'm telling you,
not with his track record.
Mm-mm.
I know it's the 6th round, so virtually the 8th round, and I know it's a keeper league. But you picking Kawhi Leonard here, you're basically punting this season, in my viewpoint, and you're already playing for next year, and there's no guarantee for next year either. And then, as you guys know, we get the 3 keepers, so maybe Kawhi Leonard might be the sneaky 3rd pick that he's looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But after that 3rd keeper is set, we start over at 0. So the long-term gains isn't even that great either. So I don't know. Like I said, I would have gone with either Jamal Murray over Kawhi Leonard if I'm going to draft a guy who's going to be coming back in March of that caliber. Because at least I know Jamal Murray will want to be out there. Kawhi Leonard, I have no freaking clue. And I'm leaning towards – I'm 91% sure that he's not coming back this year. So that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on then. So we already talked about Freddie picking Aaron Gordon, but let's take a look. Did he make the right pick in the middle of this round here? Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier, Cameron Johnson. You already talked about Devontae Graham, so I'm pretty sure Mike from Washington appreciates that. DeAndre Hunter, Andrew Wiggins, and Bogdan Bogdanovic. Jacob, who was the best player that was picked in this second half of this round?
I am going to go with – I'm going to break it down between Fournier and Bogdanovic. And
wow.
I'm going –
Just going to pick your own guy, man. Just toot your own horn. Do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, right. I'm about to do it. Evan Fournier, baby. You know
Never
why?
Google.
Because he's on he's on a better team. Well, Atlanta beat us, so I can't really say that. But I think the opportunities are going to be more for Evan Fournier than there will for Bogdanovic. Because Trae Young is about to, you talk about Luka's going to step into that MVP talk. I think Trae Young is about to do the same. Plus now with, will they give Cam Reddish time? I hope they do. But Cam Reddish, what are they going to do with him? You got to start giving him minutes now, or try to. Kevin Huerter just got the bag. He's going to need the ball, or they're going to try to get him into the offense. So will Bogdanovic take a dip? I think so. So Evan Fournier goes up for me, and I think he's more solid pick. No, not because he's on New York. I think even if he was on like Boston, I would have picked him anyway.
Go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Go away, New York. Anyway.
We ain't going nowhere.
Leon, would you agree that the homer pick by Jacob was the best pick here?
Wait, shit.
I actually like the Andrew Wiggins pick.
Wow. Okay.
And I was saying how Angel really made some headway over in the middle rounds here.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the picks I liked. Wiggins was strong last year. I know his hesitancy about taking a shot, which is rare to say for Wiggins, but I think he'll get some numbers knowing that Curry and Clay are back. I know his shots will take a hit, but it's a solid player. I like Hunter.
Yes.
I like Cameron Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Graham is so bipolar that you don't know. 48 pick is strong, but I really like Andrew Wiggins.
I would have gone with DeAndre Hunter. I mean, I like his upside the most here, but man, he just left I think I had him on my team last year, and he left such a bitter taste in my mouth because he was always hurt and
inconsistent too.
Inconsistent as well. But in terms of just raw skill and upside, that would be the guy. But it was just too risky for me. I was even considering getting Aaron Gordon, but I'm a little concerned that he might be very limited as to how much more he can grow his game. Is he just going to be a power forward that his known to fame will be him just dunking the ball? Is that all he's going to be, or can he be a real threat and extend his game to the 3-point range and really make a difference? So,
no,
yeah, no. Okay, I guess that's a no. But man, I guess DeAndre Hunter by default. But man. And maybe Wiggins for all the same reasons that Leon mentioned. But man, I'm glad I got my players. I'm just gonna say that. Derek White. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So let's move on then to the 7th round, where James kicks us off with a homer pick, Mitchell Robinson, and I use that as a term of endearment. Note this here, Kyle Kuzma though. Leon, Kyle Kuzma right off the bat in the 7th round. What do you think?
6-man candidate, looks really good so far in the preseason.
Yep.
Another middle round pick I was very impressed with by Angel. You look at Mikal Bridges or Hachimura. Those are also very solid picks.
I mean, these 4 guys right here, Norman Powell, Michael Bridges, Rui Hachimura, all those guys you just mentioned. I mean, in your opinion, who was the best of the bunch here?
Well, Bridges securing the bag, good for him. I think he's going to grow his game another level. I think Hachimura is going to grow his game another level with improved talent out in Washington. And Norman Powell, we know what he is. So, with a new coach, new philosophy. If I were to pick one, I'd probably say Bridges.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that way. I like Rui Hachimura as well, but man, I feel like every time I see him, he's on the injured list or something. Something's going on with him. Kuzma, we talked about him in one of the draft recaps. I think it was part of the 2017 draft. Is that correct?
Yes.
So he'll always have a special place for me to keep an eye on him. But yeah, I think Michael Bridges getting that money just kind of shows me that the Suns believe in him and they expect him to step it up a little bit more. Wow, no love for Norman Powell, apparently. Another kind of a homer pick for Aaron's team right here as well. Unless, Jacob, do you like Norman Powell over the other 3 guys that are highlighted in yellow here?
No.
Okay, then.
No. Leave it there.
John Gray agrees that he went back and forth between Hachimura and Bridges. He went with Hachimura. Solid pick, but man, there's something missing there. There's something definitely missing there.
He was on a championship team. He's fun.
I'm sorry, the Washington Wizards?
No.
Championship?
Bridges.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I think you meant Rui. Let's see here. Tyler Harrow, Marvin Bagley. We just talked about him. The other Bogdanovich gets picked here by Andrew from Utah. Dylan Brooks. Oh, my God, Dylan Brooks.
My guy.
Every freaking year, he's everybody's guy. I drafted him last year, too. He didn't do jack for me. Jacob, you chimed in first. Is this the year that he takes the next step?
I mean, you look at him in the playoffs, he was killing it, man. He was already he was ready to go for this year. So I think he's going to take that step up now. I mean, I think he has his confidence and let the guy rock out, though. I mean, it's the image and the shooter. Who would you pick?
I guess Dylan Brooks is the pick to make here. I don't know. One of the few times where Tyler did not impress me with one of his draft picks and selecting Dennis Schroeder here. But Leon, am I overreacting on Dylan Brooks here?
No, Brooks was great in the playoffs. He showed his offensive game, and now that Memphis team is hungry. He's out to prove people wrong. You're not wrong about your overreaction. EJ got one here. He got you.
All right. Well, my reaction is that I'm just it's a head scratcher for me because I had him last year. He left a very sour taste in my mouth. He was very inconsistent for me, and of course I drop him, and I guess I'm too impatient with him, so I don't know. I got Lauri Markkanen, and this is another tough pick for me to make because I needed a big man. I really needed a big man. I got too cute with – I don't know if you guys noticed, but basically I drafted nothing but guards, and then the ones who qualify at forward, they became my forwards. But the ones that I couldn't get to – the ones that I drafted did not qualify at power forward, basically. And Lauri Markkanen, when he was there, it looks like a homer pick on my end, which I guess it is, former Bulls player that he is. But, I mean, you guys tell me. Lauri Markkanen or Lamarcus Aldridge, Tim Hardaway, Scotty Barnes, Malik Beasley, Reggie Jackson, Jordan Clarkson, Marcus Smart, Mo Bamba, Robert Covington. I don't know. Are any of those guys would you, I guess, Jacob, would you have picked any of those guys over Lauri Markkanen at this position at the 7th round?
At his position, actually, I didn't need – well, I got Mo Bamba. I wanted his blocks and stuff. But no, Markkanen, I'll say if you cut it before Bamba, Markkanen is the way to go. Aldridge is, he's a role player. Markkanen is going to have a role with the Cavs.
I hope so.
He's going to – he's going to have a role. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure he's going to start. You're not, throwing Kevin Love out there. But Markkanen, he, as you know, as a Bulls fan, it was about health with him. When he was on the floor, he was productive. But how much will you get? But with Cleveland, he needed a fresh start. So
plus he lacks so much toughness, though. And he's young, but he lacks so much toughness, and that's what
he's
really pissed me off about him too.
That's why I gave him the KP treatment, Sharman. No, he might no. Matter of fact, KP might be a little bit tougher. So I'll give him KP. KP is Scott Tissue. Lauri is Sharman. There we go.
Well, Lauri, I hope this lights a fire in his ass. But I highlighted. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I kind of highlighted the power forwards that were available. So Lamarcus Aldridge. I'm sorry, I'm not getting Lamarcus Aldridge in this position. Just too much risk with a little bit too weird. The fact that his career was over due to a heart condition. And all of a sudden he's cured from that. And Leon, we'll get to that in a bit. But I obviously end up with Scotty Barnes anyway, which everybody was mad that I got Scotty Barnes, so I must have done something right. Mo Bamba I was really considering as my other big man. Robert Covington, PJ Washington, Marcus Morris. I know, Leon, you went with Lamarcus Aldridge, but any of those other big men, power forwards / centers, would you have gone with any of those other guys besides Lauri Markkanen in my position here?
I had Mo Bamba in my queue. I like the Scotty Barnes pick. The real sleeper is Marcus Morris.
Ooh, boy. Yeah, we talked about him in one of those draft recaps too.
Yeah, he played well in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have an increased role with Kawhi out. He's good for 7-8 rebounds a game, knocked down a few threes. He's not scared to take a shot. He's going to get his minutes. Marcus Morris is a very sneaky good pick.
Mook. Yeah, that's definitely. I'm gonna double down. He got 2 solid picks. I'm big on Sadiq Bey. I mean, Joey, that's Sadiq Bey. You like Sadiq Bey? Bey is Bey. I mean, that dude is. Joey came up with that shit. Shout out to him. But he is, man. The kid is good.
Yeah, I was considering Sadiq Bey over Lauri Markkanen here, and just the fact that Markkanen qualifies at center won me over. But
that's big.
I mean, he's a big guy, so.
Mm-hmm.
PJ Washington also qualifies at center.
Yes, he does. Yeah, I know.
He was good too.
He was really good.
It's a lot of good big men here. A lot of good big men.
Young too, man. And then
young. I mean, it was a hard choice because they all qualified for what I was looking for. And
then we get Andre Drummond.
Well, before that, let's finish up. So he got Lamarcus Aldridge. Leon, is he really healthy? What's going on here? He had those heart conditions that everybody's afraid to get. I mean, it sounded to me that he was going to go the way of Chris Bosh. So what happened between now and then and now, as far as you're concerned?
I think he got into retirement, sat around for a few months, and said, "You know what? I can't go out like that. I can't." Probably got bored and said, "You know what? Let me give it another try." He obviously went through the doctors, the protocol, cleared to go. I'm glad he's back. I think once he went down, that was the biggest piece, obviously besides Kyrie, but he was one of the bigger pieces that was missing for Brooklyn because he's a big body and, you know, his mid-range game and post-up, it was just phenomenal. And the way Brooklyn's going to use their big man rotation, I think will save him, you know, extend his career a bit longer. He can go through the rotation of Blake and Claxton and the rest of those guys. So any limited time he is on the floor, he does put up numbers. So I'm not sure how often he'll play, but I know he'll put up numbers in the time he's out there.
He did pick, I got to say, personally, I'm picking my twin, Tim Hardaway Jr. Appreciate it.
No problem, bro.
We talked about he did go Tim Hardaway Jr. and to start us off in the 8th round. I went with Scotty Barnes, which, like I mentioned already, a lot of people were pissed off about that pick. So I must have done something right. I must have triggered some folks. Tyler goes with Malik Beasley. Strikeforce, EJ's team goes with Reggie Jackson. Andrew going with Jordan Clarkson. So some solid picks here, and then Marcus Smart. Is there any appeal to Marcus Smart in fantasy? I feel like he's just a defensive stopper, and that's it. I mean, am I missing something here, you guys?
He can shoot, so.
Okay.
His three-point game has gotten a lot better. When you look at him from when he first came into the league out of Oklahoma State, and now he got a hell of a lot better. So I like the pick. I'm a Marcus Smart guy, so, you know, he'll get you steals, he'll get you threes. So
I always avoid Marcus Smart, so maybe I'm not giving him his credit. But okay, good to know. Good to know for next year. All right, so Freddie, you win this round for now. Mo Bamba, he was on my queue, so that's a really good pick. Robert Covington, I picked him last year, didn't do anything for me, and then I dropped him. Of course, he flourishes elsewhere because it seems to be the story of my life in this league sometimes. PJ Washington, we already talked about. James Wiseman, out with a knee injury, I believe. Supposed to be back on November 3rd. Leon, I mean, we talked about it last year. We love the pick. We love him as a player. We think that he could, at the very worst, can be a guy who just runs paint to paint, grabs rebounds, and blocks shots. Can he still be that guy, at least as soon as this season, I guess I should ask?
In this high-powered offense, yes.
Good.
Yes. And
that's good.
At this pick with his age, keeper potential, I like it.
And I don't want to pick on Angel, but is Goran Dragic the worst pick of this grouping here?
By a mile. Country mile. Matter of fact, 2 country miles.
Oh, wow. I mean, he'll get you points, but
he won't.
Just looking at, he'll get you. Oh, yes, he will. Come on, man. Listen. I'm not trying to say it was a good pick. I'm just saying he'll get you.
No, there's nothing positive about it. Absolutely nothing. I'm sorry, brother. There's nothing positive about it.
Yeah, he was definitely on my do not draft list. The only positive here is that the Raptors showcase him and let him ball out so they can trade him as high as possible. But you're gonna try to sell teams on a small point guard who's 35 years old. I don't see it.
I don't think he want to play there either. So
yeah. You were better off taking Kawhi than going Dragic.
Oh man, that's rough. Poor Angel. We've just been picking at him all day, man.
He can use stuff.
No, I
Look at you
said he
talking.
made good picks in the middle rounds.
Well, I
Which
mean,
is not a
relatively
middle,
speaking,
which
I
is
mean,
not
it's
a
all
middle
relative.
round. This is where he got the trash.
Yeah. Angel, it's all love, man, but we have to get that ass, man.
Sorry, dude. It's all relative. I mean, everybody's a good player, but I mean, when you shrink it down to only 12 teams and only however many players we drafted, yeah, it sticks out. James kicks us off with Sadiq Bey. I mentioned already he was going to be on my queue. Andre Drummond, who came up big for Leon last year. I know this because I had to witness that firsthand in our championship game. Sean Tate, one of my favorite guys from last year, but man, people are down on him this year. Am I missing something with Tate? Did he do something that he shouldn't have done this offseason, Jacob? Or is it just people sleeping on him?
I think with the addition of Jalen Green and KPJ coming out like he was, a reduced role. That's the only thought process a lot of people probably have. Is, what is he going to do now? The Rockets have a lot of talent on that team, man. It's just
they do.
not Kevin Martin Jr. I mean, Kenyon Martin Jr.
Yeah, that's right.
He needs that. He needs some time. He needs the ball as well. You got the other guy like Sengun. I think he's gonna get some playing time. So where is he gonna? I don't know. Jason's gonna have to fight for the ball, fight for minutes, but it's gonna be interesting down in Houston.
Moving on quickly, guys. We're getting to that point of the podcast here. Kyle Anderson in the 4th pick in the 9th round. We already talked about Blake Griffin. We'll see what happens. Will Barton's an interesting pick. I was considering him in the last round, but I decided not to do forward with it. Thaddeus Young. Okay, now that's another questionable pick by Freddie here. So not a fan. Thumbs down. No, panel says thumbs down. All 3 of us. Sorry, Freddie. Robert Williams III. Oh boy, Andrew. Leon, let's start with you. Can Robert Williams III, I mean, I know he kind of broke out last year and just had these massive explosive games. Can he do the same this year with the Celtics?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah, I'm high on Robert Williams, man. I think Brad Stevens was just a bad coach. He was so overrated to me. And
wow.
Udoka coming in, defensive-minded coach. I think Williams will see a lot more minutes, and he's very productive. He was productive in the limited minutes he got. So, I'm high on Robert Williams, man. It's a good pick.
All right, moving on quickly. Jordan Poole, we already talked about him. Miles Bridges. I think this is one of those picks where I was like, God damn it, Tyler, because I was really gunning for him, but I ended up getting the Block Panther, Wendell Carter Jr. Another former Bulls player ends up on my team. It's by accident, but again, needed someone that could play center as well as power forward, which the Block Panther, he definitely does. And you know what? It worked out to my favor, even though Mo Bamba's going to get the more playing time and it's probably going to interfere with Carter, and Carter's very limited with his playmaking skills. Carter ends up signing an extended term anyway. So if the Magic believe in him, maybe I should believe in him, right? Right?
Yeah. It's also the Orlando Magic. I wouldn't.
Oh. But you picked Cole Anthony, man. Get out of here.
Yeah. They didn't extend him, though.
They don't have to yet. I mean, come on. But they literally drafted another point guard just so they don't have to deal with Cole Anthony's whatever it is that he does for that team. That's how I take it. But I digress. Terrence Ross. Speaking of the Magic, oh my God.
Yeah.
This me on my Magic pick, and you went with a Magic pick. Terrence Ross and then Joe Harris. So that's a kind of a homer pick for Leon there.
It was.
What is? Okay. What is the intrigue for Terrence Ross for you here?
He's a certified gunner. I figured need points. Terrence Ross is going to put up points. Battery's going to
gun Terry.
Yeah, Battery's going to get traded at some point. You know, he's more or less a bench piece until Clay comes in and takes his spot. So it's a rotating spot.
All right, that's fair enough. And I know Joe Harris can shoot the lights out of that ball. I didn't realize he qualifies as a small forward, so that's for a guard like that to qualify at a forward position. That's a plus for you. Moving on to so that's where Leon kicks us off in the 10th round with Joe Harris. I went with Kelly Olynyk just because I was impressed with how he finished last year with the Heat. I'm hoping more of the same with the Detroit Pistons. Also qualifies at center, so keeping my fingers crossed on that one that he can be allowed to do what he does best, and that's just to be a playmaker at the 4 position. Harrison Barnes, that's an interesting pick there. Jacob, what do you think about that Harrison Barnes pick here by Tyler?
Harrison Barnes he's a solid player all around. So you can't really go wrong with him, especially at this point in the draft. Harrison Barnes, plus he gets 25, 30 minutes a night. He's one of the main cogs on that team. So yeah, Tyler got this one right. I like it.
Alrighty then, moving on. Isaiah Stewart, who I had on my team last year, goes to EJ's team. I'm not quite sure what the depth chart looks like at this point, but Kelly Olynyk already on the team. Isaiah Stewart, who ended up being a hard-nosed player, that might be a good pick, or it might be a wasted pick. We'll see. Larry Nance Jr. By going to Andrew. I don't know about that one. Am I missing something here, Leon, with Larry Nance Jr.?
He's also going to be in that running for 6th man of the year, but
okay.
He gets a lot of steals, a lot of rebounds.
A lot of hustle stats for sure.
He'll score a bit in this position. Considering who's next, I take him over Oladipo. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, Oladipo going. That's a back-to-back questionable picks by Freddie there. But we'll see. He says that all he does is win championships, so maybe we have it wrong. Duncan Robinson going to Jacob's team. Brooke Lopez going to Aaron's team. Jonathan Isaac, that's an intriguing pick right there. I was wondering who was going to pick Jonathan Isaac, and Mike Harvey, picking Isaac late in this draft. That's a solid pick, but will he play? Is he available? Is he going to get vaccinated? Jacob, what's the story there?
I thought he got vaccinated. He did it still?
Oh, no. I don't know. No?
Okay, I didn't think so. All right, so, well, at least he plays in Florida. I mean, hey, they don't give a damn, so why not? I mean, but he has tons of talent, still young. That's a nice pick late in the draft. I mean, let's see where he'll go. I mean, I would have went like a Dort.
Dort.
I would Dort.
Lucas Dort.
Better shooter.
Yeah.
Defender. I mean, yeah. But Jonathan Isaac is not the worst pick, though.
Leon, who would you have gone with here? Jonathan Isaac, who we kind of know what to expect from him, or Patrick Williams, who is still just a raw player on a really good team, who might not get the touches. Who's the better pick here, Isaac or Williams?
I had to go on upside. I'd say Isaac. For these picks, it's the next one for me. I know you won't like it, but Derrick Rose is real good.
I was just going with the guys I just mentioned. Those guys play forward. Derrick Rose doesn't play forward. That's why I asked it.
I know.
There?
Okay,
I know. Good. As long as you know.
He said I know.
Okay. Derrick Rose. So elaborate a little bit more on that Derrick Rose love fest you got going there.
Oh well, I guess you're a changed man once you get engaged, and so far he's looking real spry, and obviously Tibbs knows him well. Kemba Walker, I think his knee gonna actually hold up, not having him play so many minutes. I mean, you won't get MVP roles, but you'll get pretty like 80% of it this year.
Well, I'll give him credit. Compared to the other guys that were available, I mean, because there's nothing but guards here. I mean, I'll just name them out. Josh Giddey goes after Derrick Rose, Killian Hayes, Luke Gentz, Dort, Monte Morris. Although Monte Morris might have been, you could argue that Monte Morris might have been the best pick here. But let me name out these names for the guys who are or for the people who are listening to audio only. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, as I like to call him. Nah. Markelle Fultz, who I like, but, knee injury, comeback, I don't know. Patty Mills, who I also like, but he's playing in Brooklyn. Although he's playing in Brooklyn. Will Kyrie play in Brooklyn? I don't know. Kelly Oubre, who probably qualifies as a guard. Eric Bledsoe. So, yeah, we basically go, how many picks is that? That's 10 picks. 10 picks. I guess you can argue that Derrick Rose was the best guard from the next compared to the next 10 picks in this 10-pick pocket. Derrick Rose ends up being not just the best guard, but the best player. Would you guys agree with that statement?
I never thought I'd hear it today.
I definitely agree with it.
Like I said, maybe Monte Morris. Maybe Monte Morris.
It could be.
Which we haven't mentioned a lot of John Gray's name a lot, I noticed, but I guess it's because I like a lot of his picks, so good job on him. That's a guy I'm going to keep an eye on, unlike the other guy who told me to keep an eye on him, and he's just been disappointing me. Freddie Rollins. Okay. Is it Freddie Forte, Freddie Collins, Eddie Rollins? I don't know. So Monte, that might have been, maybe that's the best pick considering that he will get the starting guard, point guard position, and that he will probably get a lot of playing time all the playing time he can handle. But maybe Derrick Rose. You can make an argument that Derrick Rose might be the best player in this in this pocket here. So we just named 10 picks. EJ. See, this is what I was afraid of, you guys. Between EJ and Tyler, just taking my goddamn players, those mother suckers. And I knew that was going to happen. Like I said, I wasn't worried about Leon because Leon's he's in another dimension here. But I feel like EJ and Tyler, we kind of are in the same telepathic plane in terms of the players that we like. And sure enough, EJ going with Alexei Pokusevsky, and then Tyler going with Jacob Poeltl. So all Eastern European players, I guess. Which means that I'm stuck with Jaden McDaniels because I don't know. These guys sniped me. They pretty much emptied out my queue at this point, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Jaden McDaniels not happy with the pick, but you know what? He's supposed to be the starting power forward at Minnesota. He qualifies at center, so maybe something will come out of it. But I would have preferred the other two guys. And then Leon Desmond Bane. He finishes off that round. That's a solid pick there. I just don't know what the Grizzlies have in mind for Desmond Bane, but we shall see. To kick things off in the 12th round, Leon picks Darius Bazley. And then I go with Chuma Okeke because I think I had him last year on my team. I was content with his performance, so let's give it another chance. So that's that. I like the Tyrese Maxey pick.
I do too.
I did until Ben Simmons is now coming back, so maybe I don't like it as much. I really like the Gary Trent Jr. pick, but again, it's the Raptors. I don't know what to expect. Jacob, we'll start with you. Gary Trent Jr., yay or nay?
Damn right, he went to Duke, so it's a fucking yay. But duh. No, but honestly, Gary Trent, what do I always say? You can't run away from the DNA.
Right?
But that kid can shoot, though. He shoots better than his father, and that's what he's gonna be able to do. The fuck's gonna tell him no? I mean, he can shoot, give him the ball, let him go off, let him shoot 15, 20 shots. Who cares? It's Toronto.
Since I asked Leon this question last time, I'm going to ask Jacob this question. So I'm just going to highlight some of the guys who qualify at forward here in the next few picks or so. Yeah, might as well get. Okay, so Andrew picks Joe Ingles, which when I saw that pick, nice, solid pick, but it's a solid but unspectacular pick. Very limited upside. And you know me, I'm all about that upside, right?
All about it.
But then, other guys who were available, other forwards that were available in this round or two, Jay Crowder, Danny Green, Nicholas Batum, Carmelo Anthony, and Kevin Love. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of those 6 forwards that were selected in the next 2 rounds, who do you think was the best of this bunch?
I am definitely going with Ingles. Know why? Because he's the only one not coming off the bench.
Oh,
Crowder's good, and Crowder's good too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, that was between him and Crowder because Melo's coming off the bench. You're going to get stuff out of Melo. You're going to get, buckets out of Melo, but it's not going to be a lot. Batum, I guess he's going to step in for Kawhi, but still he's more of a pass first kind of forward. Get you about 10 points a game. Not really much to be desired on the defensive end anymore. So it was Jay Crowder and Joe Ingles for me. They're pretty much, I won't say they're the same player. I think Crowder's a little bit tough. No. He's tougher on the defensive end.
Right.
But I just like Ingles and that Utah offense, how they gelled.
Yeah.
It was easy. It'd be an easier pick to go with Ingles.
I like how all these forwards, are all veterans. They've all been in this league forever, seemingly, and they all have championship caliber on them. Well, I don't know about Anthony, but I guess at one point he was a championship caliber type of player, a player that you could build around. Batum, he's always in the playoffs. It seems like Danny Green definitely has the chips to go with it. So we got some grizzled veterans there at forward. I kind of I find it interesting, I guess. But we go from forward, we go back up to the 7th pick in the 12th round with Emmanuel Quickly. I mean, if that's not the biggest homer pick I've ever seen, I don't know what is. But what? So I gotta ask you, Jacob, same question. Who's the better point guard here, Emmanuel Quickly or Alfred Payton?
Fucking Emmanuel Quickly. It's not even
who.
Just the shooting alone. just the shooting alone makes him better than Alfred Payton. But don't get me wrong. All right, I'm gonna give Payton some. If he doesn't have the ball in his hands for so long, he's a decent player. But he'll get you a few assists. But in Phoenix, I don't know how he's gonna fit. I have no clue how that's gonna go. I wouldn't have picked him, but Quickly, once he gets in the game, gets me a few 3-pointers. He'll have his games where he goes off. So It was an easy pick for me.
Yeah, we know how Tom Thibodeau loves. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's not a rookie anymore. But I see the mistake. I picked it too quick because this guy I was high on in the draft, and I don't know if I was at work at the time or was late. But Chris Duarte definitely would have been my pick. I really was paying attention.
I'm sorry. Who would have been your pick? Oh, Duarte.
Duarte from Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah, that probably would have been.
It's a good pick, James.
Yeah, really good pick. I like that pick, and maybe that would have been the better pick. Maybe he's the best guard of this group here, but I don't blame you for getting Quickly. Especially, we know that Tom Thibodeau loves those tiny guards that he loves to utilize off the bench. So he could be productive even in this format that we use. Josh Hart, we talked about him in the 2017 NBA draft, going to John's team, the Van Buren boys. Josh Hart still with the Pelicans. Leon, is this the year that he finally busts out, or can we just give up on Josh Hart at this point?
I just think Josh Hart is in a bad situation in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Once you go there, you just want to leave. That's how it goes. You either fake an injury or you're coming out of shape.
I guess that's a no then. All righty. Nicholas Batum, Serge Ibaka, which I don't know how I feel about Serge Ibaka going even this late in the draft. I don't know how I feel about that.
Serge Ibaka's been done for 3 years.
That's why I'm questioning it. But Chris Duarte, we already gave James his kudos for that. Carmelo Anthony, boy, oh boy, Angel. It might be a good pick. It might be something. But between this and Derrick Rose, I mean, we're in 2021, not 2011, boy. Come on.
I like this Terrence Mann pick.
It always comes back.
To 2011 draft.
It's all connected.
Shit, wait until we do the 2001 NBA draft recap. It's already been a generation that has gone by. We need to do that one.
Oh, no, throw that shit away. We gotta have Kwame Brown. We gotta have Kwame Brown on the edition.
All right. I can't wait for that. It'll just be Kwame Brown talking for 2 hours, and we'll just be talking about him. That's cool. But yeah, Terrence Mann. I love this pick, and I was even considering getting him in my other. But I was looking for big men because, like I said, I drafted nothing but guards, and they just so happen to qualify at small forward and other forward positions. So I was kind of making up for lost time. Also, I thought we were doing 16 rounds, not 14 rounds. Oops. But Terrence Mann, I love this pick. I love the selection. What more can we say about this? So hopefully good things are coming for Mike's team. We talked about Davion Mitchell. Denny Avdija, going to Jacob's team. Good, solid pick right there. What was his deal? He got hurt. Was it a knee injury last year as well?
Yeah, it was a new one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not concerned by that, Jacob?
Nah, I saw him playing preseason. He looked good.
All righty. We talked about TJ McConnell. I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I said knee-wise.
Oh, knee-wise.
He looked good.
I thought you might have said Knicks-wise. He doesn't play with the Knicks.
No.
All right. TJ McConnell, we already talked about him. Danilo Gallinari. Oh, boy. Andrew, I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about that. Gallinari. Daniel Gafford going to EJ's team. And then, once again, fucking Tyler stealing another one of my players. Kenyon Martin Jr. going to his team when I was ready to soup him up. So I ended up getting the rookie Alperen Sengun, who I was also high on. He's no Evan Mobley, but he does have a pretty good offensive skill. What I don't know about his situation is, will he get the playing time? Will he be trusted with it? I don't know. But it's worth rolling the dice this late in the draft, I think. Leon, what you gonna say there?
No, you're right. He looked good in the preseason. He looked good in the summer league.
Yeah.
You're playing behind Christian Wood, Daniel Tice, and Kenyon Martin Jr. You don't know where the minutes are coming from, but like you say, late in this draft, you could take a risk like that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I was looking for upside this whole draft, and at this point, I'm looking for the uppest of upsidedness you can find here. Otherwise, Thomas Bryant doesn't look too bad. But the one thing is, people are saying that knee injury of his, another knee injury, was very severe. It was severe, like more severe than the other people that we talked about so far. And we talked about some really awful things here with the injuries from last year spilling over to this season. But Thomas Bryant, I've always liked Thomas Bryant. I think we talked about it on one of the was it 2017 NBA draft? What?
Yep.
But man, I don't know. Maybe that's going to be one of those where I'm going to regret it. But oh well. John Wall. Oh boy, John Wall. Leon, what do you know about John Wall that none of us know about John Wall?
Ooh. I'm just hoping he gets the hell out of Houston. And, at some point, just takes Eric Bledsoe's job, because Eric Bledsoe does not deserve to start in this league.
Oh, wow. EJ makes a very good point. Another reason why I did not like Thomas Bryant as much as you did was Daniel Gafford is supposed to be the starting center. EJ firmly believes that there's no way on God's green earth Daniel Gafford is going to give up that starting role to Thomas Bryant.
Well, yeah, I wanted Gafford, but
well, stop winning championships and then you can get all the players you want.
Yeah. That ain't going to happen.
You watch. I'm not letting that shit happen again twice in a row. No way, no how, no sir. I'll tell you what. Brandon Clark also qualifies as power forward and a center. Is kind of a throwaway pick at this point. But I want another big man. But I also thought we were going to get 2 more rounds where I can go back to picking guards, and that's not what happened here. So oops on me. It's my draft, my rules, and I forget my own rules. Mason Plumlee, that was if it wasn't for if I didn't want to get Brandon Clark, I would have definitely considered Mason Plumlee. I had him on my team last year. Showed up big. I don't know what's he gonna do in Charlotte. Leon, what do you think Mason Plumlee is gonna do in Charlotte this year?
It'll be a veteran presence. He can still rim run. I don't know how often he'll play, considering how Charlotte likes to use a smaller lineup. But Mason Plumlee is very productive in the minutes that he gets. So he's a terrible free throw shooter. So. Forget any points you'll get from there, but as the final pick, I like it.
Okay. Chris Boucher, again, that 3-headed monster in Toronto, along with Precious Achiuwa, who we just talked about. Jacob, of the 3 guys, and I can't remember the third dude's name, but it's Chris Boucher, Precious Achiuwa, and one more guy, Ken something. I can't remember.
Kaheem Birch.
Yes, thank you. Birch. And I had him last year as well, I believe. But Jacob, of those 3 centers, who do you like the most in Toronto?
Boucher, easy.
Okay.
Easily. It ain't
All
close.
Right. All right.
Same.
All right. Well, I'm more. I have an affinity towards Precious Achiuwa, but again, I like those centers that can just do the hustle stats. So maybe that's
Well,
Go ahead, Leon.
Boucher was among the league leaders in blocks last year. He also extended his range out to the three-point line. It's just that he suffered a really, really bad injury that cost him some time. And Kheem Burge came in, played well in his minutes, and cut into Boucher's time. But up at three, you mentioned Boucher by far is the best one.
Alrighty, we'll keep an eye out on that situation because it's we don't know what Toronto's doing. The only thing I know is that I got Scotty Barnes and you people didn't. So, Kevin Huerter, you all mentioned that he just got paid, so that's a good sign for him, and maybe he'll get more playing time because, as you guys know, the Hawks are loaded with just talent everywhere. It's just a matter of being able to play along with Trae Young and putting it all together, getting that experience. Blah 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 blah. KC? We talked about KCP. I'm not a fan of this pick. Even with the last pick, just thumbs down. Panel says thumbs down. I'm alone on this one.
I'm gonna do this.
Cameron Thomas, he a walking bucket, man. I can't.
I think once Cameron Thomas gets on the floor, he's gonna stay in the rotation.
Yeah, so he's like this. He's not quite this. He's right here.
I was talking about KCP. Sorry.
Oh, KCP.
Oh yeah.
Thumbs down.
He's on Washington. He's gonna get burned. He's gonna go like this. He's gonna get burned. So
all right. Dwight Howard. I don't know about that pick either. Am I missing something here? What's going on here?
Listen, Dwight Howard's still productive.
All right. Okay. Leon, is that true?
I mean, he's good for 8 rebounds, 3 techs. Flagrant foul here.
Oh.
Exactly. That's no deductions.
1 sexual assault.
Oh.
What, you guys didn't see that video clip by Michi Mich? Like, we're like, hey, and he just starts squeezing things and fingering the other players. I mean,
oh man.
We already talked about Precious Achiuwa. Seth Curry. Wow, Seth Curry going to Mike's team.
I like Seth Curry.
Yep.
It's a shame that he gets outshadowed by his brother. I mean, he was great in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Seth Curry he's good.
All right. Facundo Campazzo. That's an interesting pick. I mean, we talked about Monte Morris, but this is a very interesting pick by John here. Jacob, what do you foresee out of Campazzo for the Denver Nuggets?
I like it because with Jamal Murray out, Campazzo was very solid, and he can do a lot on the floor. So he's gonna get his minutes as well as he's Leon. Listen, so you gotta get league pass. You knowing this stuff, right? You gotta trust me on this.
He can pass. He ain't shooting the ball at all.
No, he can shoot though. That's the crazy thing about it. So and plus, like I said, with Jamal Murray, you cannot deal with Jamal Murray being out. That's the fact. And now Jamal Murray is healthy. I'm like, all right, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But Bart is not. Who the hell else is gonna? He's not a point guard. He wants to shoot the damn ball.
I take Ricky Rubio over him.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would too. But I'm just saying, it's Ricky Rubes. So and plus his defense is all that.
Hey, you never know, man. Cleveland might just ship him to Denver for a player to be named later or something. And a couple second-round picks. Why not? Yeah. Last 2 picks. Ivica Zubac from the Clippers going to Angel's team. I'm sorry. I was not impressed by Angel in this draft. He needs to show me some more, or he needs to buy my spreadsheets or something. I don't know. And you guys did talk about Cameron Thomas. I do apologize. I don't know how our wires got mixed up. I know my internet's been shoddy in the last 10 minutes or so. I like the Cameron Thomas pick. But anybody by the name of Cameron was a solid pick, I'm pretty sure. And that's it. Unless you guys want to talk about a particular team while we're still here. Otherwise, we can wrap this show up.
I'm good, man. This was fun.
Yeah, this was good. The Zubac pick it's not bad.
John says he likes it. I don't know. I just.
I mean, he's not. Zubac is Zubac, man. I mean,
he's so hit or miss. Like if he hits, he hits.
Yeah.
But when he's bad, I mean, he will go weeks at a time without playing.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like about him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he can guarantee me like 28 minutes, I'm not even asking for a full 30, 35. Just give me 27, 28 minutes and get 10 rebounds and 2 blocks close to it, I'm a happy camper. But that's not what you get from Ivan Zubac. Ivica Zubac. I can't even say his name right. But anyway, hit or miss. I bet they never miss, huh? Okay.
Angel did live up to his team name, though.
Well, I tried. Well, I told him to change it already. That name just pisses me off, man. Let's see here. These teams all suck. If they're not my team, they're all gonna lose to me anyway, so it doesn't matter.
This motherfucker. All right, we stomping your ass out this season.
Stomp them. I don't know, man. I'm not playing for November or December. I'm playing for March, and my boys, my guys, they'll be ready by playoff time. You'll see. Kate Cunningham's gonna be the next Michael Carter Williams.
Oh shit, that's not a good thing.
Well, rookie year he was pretty good, and people were talking about him being a future Hall of Famer after his rookie season.
If that's one person you say Michael Carter Williams, I'm getting. That means he couldn't shoot. He played some kind of decent defense, but other than that, he was just a role player for the rest of his career.
No, but that rookie year, Michael Carter Williams was a walking triple-double. And same size, same stature, except that Kate Cunningham, it sounds like Kate Cunningham is not afraid to shoot. So,
he's definitely good.
Yes, that's why I say. But yeah, you're right. After that, there's a reason why he wasn't part of the process anymore after his rookie year. Did you guys watch that?
Wasn't part of it.
Well, that shit was going on live, and Michael Carter Williams. Yeah, man, I'm excited what the 76ers are gonna do here. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what they do. And then they draft a point guard, I believe, and the look on Michael Carter Williams' face was like, wait, what? Why are you drafting a point guard? I thought I was the point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no way.
Yeah, Holiday was, yeah.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
God, we're old as hell.
It's terrible, ain't it?
God, I don't like this, man. I don't like this at all. Anyway, I'm on a depressing note. Again, Leon, Jacob, thank you so much for indulging me. I look forward to these talks every single year, whether it be the real NBA draft or a fantasy draft. And I hope we can keep doing. I hope you guys are willing to continue to indulge me every season to talk about this our basketball draft here every year.
Well, yeah, I keep putting up my banners every year. We'll line them up. We'll talk about them.
I didn't say all that. I didn't say all that.
We'll just review where you went wrong.
So I'm excited. My wife is working on your banner. It's taking longer than I expected. As you guys know, there's a supply shortage in this world, unfortunately. Thank you, COVID. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Obama. Thanks, Donald. Thanks, Joe. Don't ever say I'm not bipartisan. I'm blaming everybody. But you're going to be – so I don't know if you guys have seen the baseball banners, right, that Aaron wins every year. Mm-hmm. But for basketball, my wife decided to do something different to look a little bit more uniquely to our league for basketball reasons. So I can't wait to see what the finished product looks like. I'm really excited to I'm actually excited to ship this off to Leon as opposed to other years. Why That's cool. I'm a bad sport, man. I don't like to lose. I feel like you guys are stealing my banners, but I'm actually excited about this one. So we'll see how this one looks.
It's pretty good. It's going to be good. I can see it. I can see it being really good.
Yeah, you'll see. I can't wait. Can't wait.
I guess, that's the end of us. You can catch our other podcast by subscribing to the Life Group Podcast Network on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Yeah, iHeartRadio. You're the host of Total Bases Podcast. When will we be seeing that again?
Hopefully next Sunday morning, as always, which is a really horrible time slot during football season, but it's the only time slot we have where Sean's available. I also been helping out Austin with his Round Trippers podcast. I don't know if you guys know who Austin is, but he started a podcast this year, and it's going pretty well. Mm-hmm. And he's been asking me to be a guest more often. Actually, I'll admit it. I've been asking myself to be a guest on this podcast. So
you hijacked.
Whoa. I didn't say all that now. I would say that the open invitation is just basically me openly inviting myself there. But Austin's a good kid, and he does a solid podcast every week. So catch him. Make sure you check out his podcast. But yeah, Sean and I should be going on Sundays unless otherwise noted.
Always good stuff. Got the Audible Tuesday night,
Sure.
going up tomorrow night. Recapping week 6.
Mhm.
Hopefully, we'll throw that week away.
Oh, Matt's going to be
Preview-
pissed.
Yeah, preview week 7.
Oh God.
Yeah. And Dog City.
We on too.
Sure, well,
I'm off.
no. I already put that way behind me. Way behind me. As we have a cute face on the screen.
Hey, look at it go! Look at that hair.
Say hi.
Hey, Penny. Yeah, there you go.
Look at those chompers. Look at those chompers, man. That's everywhere.
Look at him.
Just molars coming out.
Look at him.
She doesn't sleep at night because of
look
it.
at
Say
her.
hi.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
I almost said it. Ah.
Can you say mixtape?
Whoa.
Cuteness overload. As always.
I know. Look at her.
Give me that mic. I want to spit some bars. All right, go ahead. Spit some bars. Come on. All right.
That's right. If you're not down with the step back,
I got 2 words for you.
when you go, guys.
Change my diaper.
Whoa.
Maybe that's 3 words. I don't know how to count.
2 words. My deposit.
No refund.
Oh man.
Oh,
No.
man. Everybody, enjoy opening night tomorrow. Nets, Bucks, Warriors, Lakers. Gonna have opening week. We'll probably be back in like 2 weeks. So, enjoy the rest of our shows in that time frame. And, as always, the life group difference is family first. Look at that cute.
Always. Look at that.
Look at that. Say hi, Jacob Leon.
Look at that.
Go Bulls.
All right. I'm
Hey.
gonna mute you now.
All right. Cut her off now. Cut her off.
Gonna win
Cut her off.
As he's muted, you can no longer hear his Chicago nonsense. Until next time, everybody. Ball out.
See ya.
Well, see ya.